The Amos Alonso Stagg Trophy on the line Saturday. Michigan State hoping to hoist it and head to Pasadena for the first time in more than a quarter of a century. As we welcome you back inside Lucas Oil Stadium, so happy to be joined now by the head coach of the Michigan State Spartans, Mark Dantonio. Coach, you've been here before. You were here 2 years ago. You played a great game against Wisconsin. What did you learn from that experience that can be applied to this game this weekend?
Well, yeah, it's interesting because as we came around the bend on the highway and we saw Lucas Oil Stadium right there, I remember the first time coming in, sort of everybody saying, there it is, being very, very excited about it. And we're still excited about it. But I think when we walked into that locker room, we had a feeling that we'd been here before and we want to accomplish a little bit more.
Coach, your defense has played at a tremendously high level all year. What are some of the things that keep them playing? How do they stay hungry each and every game?
Well, we have great senior leadership, number one. I think our coaches push our guys. They have very high expectations. And then I think as you move through the process, you try and always get better. I mean, there's always little things we can do to improve our play. But, it's a day-to-day, game-to-game type thing. But we have competitors on our team. We've sort of scratched and clawed our way to this point collectively as a team. So I think that's a part of our defense, its makeup.
Mark, your defense has been great all year, but, early in the season, sometimes, we would joke if that offense only had a heartbeat, and then all of a sudden it didn't have a heartbeat, it had a big heart. How did that happen?
We needed to find our identity in September. We had some questions coming into the season. Who was going to be our featured tailback? We found that in Jeremy Langford. Who were going to be the wideouts catching the football? We need to make those 50-50 catches, as I say, those tough catches. We found that, obviously we needed to find a quarterback that was going to be in charge. Andrew Maxwell was the heir apparent. He was the starter last year, but Connor Cook just gives us a little bit of a guy that can maybe create a little bit more. So we went in that direction, and he's responded.
Coach, staying with the offense, a few years ago you made the comment you wanted to get more athletic in the offensive line. It sure looks like you have. How has that developed, and who's really stood out in the offensive line?
Our offensive line is probably the strength of our offense. We go 8 starters at that position, collectively in there. We can mix and match a little bit. So one of the things we've been able to do collectively, again, as a team is stay healthy. Same thing in the offensive line. But I think Blake Treadwell's the guy in there. He sort of anchors it. He's been our offensive lineman of the week almost every single week. But we get outstanding play from, Jack Allen, Dan France, Bo Finotti, and then a true freshman, Jack Conklin, at the left tackle as well. So those guys, along with our tight ends and our fullbacks, have done the job.
Coach, you've been so good in your time here. The one thing that's missing is that BCS game appearance. What would it mean for Michigan State to get a win here on Saturday night?
It would be huge. We haven't been to the Rose Bowl in 26 years. I know that's a lifetime for some of us. I asked that question to our guys, who was alive in 1988. We didn't have a guy, obviously. So this is a life moment for a lot of our players. It's a chance to move our program forward. The most important thing, though, when we come into this football game, I think, is to play loose, be ourselves, have fun with this moment, and push it, and chase it a little bit. But we'll do that. We'll play hard. Got a great opponent in Ohio State. It'll be a great challenge for us.
It sounds like you embrace the enormity of the moment with the players. You openly talk about that?
Yeah, absolutely. We dream big. We always have. I think that's part of athletics. I think that's part of sport and being a competitor. So we're going to always dream big. And, we started this dream last February 4th. And, now we're one day away.
Mark Dantonio, the head coach of Michigan State. Thanks a lot, Coach. Best of luck against the Buckeyes.
Thanks, guys. Go green.